Hey, Nick Bear here. So, welcome to Zebonastic's first course. This first course is on prompting, particularly prompting for AI art and for video. There's a bazillion little prompts that are, I put on this YouTube as well as the Instagram. But to learn prompting, and the reason why we're looking at a bunch of writers here writing into laptops and writing to robots, is to effectively prompt. It's a craft. Anybody can write. Almost anybody can write, but very few people actually write well. And writing well is a craft. There's a lot of tips, and pretty much the course is going to be mostly just tips and then examples showing you how to prompt for this style of art, that style of art, for video, whatever. But it's a craft, and it's the most important craft in the world right now. There's not just with art and AI art and prompting. Pretty much every field is beginning to use language models very heavily. And the way you interact with a language model is their prompting. It's different about writing as a craft, like being a poet or being a writer, is you're writing for a human being. Here, you're not writing for a human being, you're writing for a language model. So before I start just giving example after example after example, how to prompt for this, how to prompt in the style, how to do this kind of art, how to do that kind of art, the most important thing to understand is sort of the basics. What is prompt engineering, which is this about? Prompt engineering is writing, but it's writing effectively. And we're going to give you lots of little tips on it. But writing effective is a craft, and it takes practice. And what we have an associated GitHub for this, where you can, see a lot of examples on the Instagram and on this. I put a lot of examples up. What's different about this is a course. I'm teaching you ideas. And we're going to start talking about language models themselves. You have to not necessarily understand the mathematical equations involved in a language model, but you have to understand how a language model works. Understanding how the language works is your audience. How you're studying your audience is critical for writing. So the next few videos are going to be on that. They're going to be on exactly what is a language model. So when you write, you know your audience. So that's it. This is an analogy. So if you don't believe this, I would not take this course. But writing is a craft. There are a lot of people who can write in the sense that they can type, but they write very poorly. It's the same thing for prompting. Whether it takes you 10 minutes or 10 hours depends on how effective you prompt. And some, even with 10 hours, don't know how to prompt, you may not get what you want. So first thing is just to understand that prompting is a craft. It's essentially effective writing for language models. And to begin to do that, we have to sort of understand what a language model is. Okay? I'm going to keep these videos short. So again, to review, prompt engineering is writing for language models. It's a craft. I'm going to give a bazillion tips on how to do that, but you'll learn by doing. You'll learn by practicing. And we'll give you lots of examples and show you prompting this and that. But it's a craft. Okay? Take care. That's it.